Welcome everyone to Gospel of Eve. This is a game about an exorcist that doesn't believe in ghosts, a dropout that's lost his path in life. This is actually a sequel to another game that developers made called Silver Thread. And in this one, the duo from the previous game is investigating an allegedly haunted church. So yeah, let's get started. Romans 10:9. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Romans 10:10. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. October 1st, 2022, 2:16 p.m. Man, that was one long car trip. That's the place? It looks way more deserted than I expected. Should be it. It's not that uncommon for a church to be this quiet on weekdays. Really? I guess I've never really been this close to one. Excited? Hardly. They won't kick me out for being agnostic, would they? He'll be fine. Maybe just don't mention it since we're here for work. I'm pretending to be religious too. Just for today. Wait. You're not religious? I thought you were ordained. Do you see me going to church on Sundays? I got that damn certificate online for $30. Wow. So neither of us are even Christians. Off to a good start. Why is a church hiring exorcists anyway? Out of all places. I thought it would be the one thing that's holy enough to not get haunted. If you're religious or spiritual, you're actually more likely to believe in ghosts. Churches are prime breeding grounds for these kinds of rumors. I'm more surprised that they're hiring outsiders. Their congregation won't think well of it. They must be pretty desperate, huh? Well, let's go meet our client. Press the move button to go to another location. Press the search button to go to another location. Press the talk button if you want to talk to me again. But be quick about it. I'm freezing here. I'm freezing. Do you want my coat? It would look quite silly, wouldn't it? You're already wearing a vest over your hoodie. How's this worse? It's the same. Had we not come here for work, I would have enjoyed the view a lot more. What's there to enjoy? It's just water. That's exactly the point. Don't you ever feel like the city's too stuffy? Not really. What's with you and your lack of appreciation for nature? When's the last time you went to a church? Can't remember. I go there for work from time to time. The last time I actually went there for a sermon, I was around, I'd say 14. My parents made me go, but after I moved out, I just stopped going. Being raised Catholic actually explains a lot of things about you. The hell does it explain? You can be really repressed. Huh? In what way? Let's see what's going on inside here. Oh, there you are. I was worried that you got lost. It's a pretty hard drive here. Nothing a phone GPS can't solve. Right. You two are the exorcists, right? My name is Naomi. I'm a nun serving in this church. Yes. We talked on the phone. I'm Alicia Wilkershire. And this kid's my assistant, Beaford. Kid? Really? Don't listen to her. She's only 4 years older than me. Nice to meet you. First things first. Can you give me more details about these supposed hauntings? You said in the call that a ghost has been sighted on the premises. Right. Please, I beg you. Drive the evil out of the church. I even managed to capture its nauseating presence. What to ask about? Our church had a small potluck event recently. I received the photos from the event and noticed that some pictures are off. And look, the utter horror. Huh. No one has any faces. What are we supposed to be looking at? Don't you see the translucent woman on the back? Imagine my surprise when I received it back from the printers. I almost fainted. Please, get rid of this evil spirit that is haunting our church. Are you completely sure this is a ghost? Of course. I took these pictures myself, and I can 100% assure you there was nothing there. Okay, well, why does no one have any faces? Isn't it super duper terrifying? The spirit could be watching us right here at this moment. I feel like this wouldn't have been that big of a deal had the nun not get this worked up about it. Why did you call us? Aren't you experts at taking care of ghosts? We are, but I would have expected the church to keep it within the community. Surely you could find somewhere affiliated with the church. A lot of priests are also qualified to do exorcisms. We're trying not to have this problem leak out. Our poor church's reputation's on the line. And, well, I actually called you here secretly. Please keep this whole affair a secret from the head priest. Is that so? He is a bit, stubborn. He didn't want us to ask anyone for help, but we need to keep the church afloat. Our church already has an attendance problem. The number of people that attends our service keep dwindling down. And the ghost has just been making it worse. Nobody wants to go to a haunted church. Why have you been losing attendees exactly? If I want to name a reason, bigger and more modern churches have been opening around here. Our priest is more old-fashioned, so we haven't been too popular. The younger crowd is demanding these days. Why does a church need absent overhead projectors? Isn't the word of God enough? So all the kids want them TikToks, huh? Everyone have different preferences, I guess. Of course, I'm not blaming anyone, but it's hard to not get dispirited. Even the priest's extended family are not attending this church anymore. Well, that's the gist of it, so please go ahead and perform the exorcism. Huh? Right now? Yes. How will you exorcise the spirit? Do you have a special ceremony? Do you need me to prepare anything? Just say the word. Before anything like that, I would like to look around first. Look around? What for? I'll need more information before I can start the exorcism. I know that weird things have been sighted in the church, but ghosts aren't always to blame. I'd like to investigate the other possibilities first. But what else can it be? You saw the photos. This place is clearly haunted. I shudder to think of spending more time with that accursed spirit. Exorcising it is a complicated procedure. We can't exactly go in blind. If this place is haunted, we need to know why first. If we do it wrongly, the exorcism can backfire, you know. Really? Really? Not using the proper methods will just make the ghost stronger. And it will haunt this church twice as hard. Right, Alicia? Right. Nice save. That's why we have to be thorough. I see. I didn't know that it's such a complicated process. I apologize for my lack of knowledge. There's no need to apologize. For the time being, can we look around the place? Yes. Feel free to. It's only us in the church until the end of the day. I'll be here if you need me. Please, get rid of the ghost. Oh, I've only ever seen these in movies. Can we try singing this together? We're in the middle of an investigation. Come on. Maybe I'll spill a secret or two. Not interested. If I really want to know your secrets, I can just look at your internet history. Gah. You've never actually looked at it, have you? Never touched it. Really? Pinky promise? Trust me. I don't need to see the weird shit you looked up in there. It's probably for the best. This place looks better on the inside than the outside. Yeah, I guess it's hard to imagine to repaint the exterior. The sea breeze couldn't be good for it either. Maybe if they took care of it properly, more people would go here. It is a pity, really. Even I think this place is pretty. I'm inclined to agree. If there's one thing I can appreciate about Catholicism, it's the aesthetics. So, what do you think of the whole thing? Was that really a picture of a ghost? If I squint really hard, I guess I can see a dress or a face, but it's mostly a white blur to me. Most ghost pictures are like this. They're never anything concrete. It really doesn't explain anything, does it? Maybe next time we shouldn't take more cases from churches, though. They'll obviously expect us to exorcise it with a prayer or something. I suppose our methods aren't the most conventional. I was interested in the case because I thought it was going to be something more serious. I think it's still important to put that poor nun's mind at ease. This music's actually pretty good. Those photos are taken right here, right? I think so. The aisle match. Let's take a closer look then. Maybe we'll find something. You know, I think you'll make a pretty good priest. On what basis are you saying this? Because, you know, a priest can't date anyone and get married, right? And you don't seem to have any trouble staying single. Ugh. It was just a joke. I'm joking. No need to hit me, jeez. Shh. You're talking like you have a love life. I thought it might be light from the windows or something being reflected, but... seeing this room, I don't actually see anything of the sort. Maybe whatever's causing it is already removed. Like a pot or a kettle. They did mention a potluck, right? That is practically the same thing. I doubt the actual potluck was held in the chapel. You're not allowed to eat in here. What about the time of the day? The light would have reflected differently, right? There's no timestamp on the ghost photo. People stopped doing that a long time ago, you know? Nobody uses film anymore. I know this place is old-fashioned, but they can't be that behind the times. Huh. This makes me think... if this picture's digital, then isn't it possible that it has been tampered with? It would be pretty easy to make something like this in an image editing software. You think it's possible the nun did it? What if she's trying to get this place shut down? If that's her goal, she wouldn't have called us. Maybe someone else has a grudge with the church. Or maybe it's a prank gone wrong. I doubt we could find more here. So let's go snoop in other places. Don't call it snooping. We're investigating. Oh, there's a computer here. We can probably get a lot of information from there. It's locked with a password, though. I doubt that none will just give us a password like that. We'll need a good reason for it. Maybe we can guess it. What if it's just Jesus? In the Bible, don't they say something like, Jesus is the answer for everything? That's not an actual verse. They made it up. For real? The actual verse says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. It just got oversimplified over time. There's a lot of popular sayings like that. Ever heard someone say everything happens for a reason? That's not in the Bible either. Really? I hear that all the time. Anyway, let's just try it for the sake of trying. Wrong password. Guess we have to come back later. There's a letter here. I thought this was going to be some useful information, but it's just some family drama. What does it say? Read for yourself. Uncle, you need to get your head out of your ass. You're why this church is dying. You're really not doing any favors by being so stubborn. How are you such thick-headed as a head pastor? I tried so hard to help you, and you just threw away all my efforts. Like they're yesterday's newspaper. I'm leaving the church. Don't even try to convince me to stay. From Maria. Harsh. That's bold coming from you. Hey, I didn't write my family some kind of hate letter when I left home. In fact, I didn't tell them anything at all. Arguably, that's worse. The nun didn't mention that the priest's family already left the church, huh? I wonder how recent this letter is. You think she might be connected to the hauntings? It is a possibility. Let's take note of the letter. Hey, there's a lot of picture books here. Wait, why are these all about vegetables? They use the vegetables to tell Bible stories. You're fucking with me. I'm not. They're actually pretty popular with kids. Why vegetables though? Can't they just use cute animals for it? Hell if I know. I was the one who wrote it. This other row is just Bibles. Varied sizes and translations. They usually lend those out if you don't have your own. Not really interested. It's not all boring. There's some interesting stories in the Bible. Okay, like what? Book of Revelations is fun. It's about the apocalypse. You and I have really different definitions of fun. Yeah, I guess that whole thing they were talking about Veggie Tales. Remember a little bit of it as a kid. Don't remember a whole lot though. A pile of religious text. One of these books looks a lot newer than the other one. Looks like someone's notes. Let's see. It's written by Maria Robinson. Isn't that the pastor's niece? What is it? Is it something bad? No. They're filled with different plans to revive the church. They're pretty weird though. Holy water business, bazaars, inviting a famous band. One of them is for the church to invest in cryptocurrency? Would you buy church Bitcoin? No way. I hate those investment shit. I don't even invest in stocks. What? Stocks and cryptocurrency are on two different levels of playfields. They're the same kind of bullshit to me. I'm starting to understand why your finances are so bad. Besides, church Bitcoin would be against non-profit laws. Oh, this is an interesting one. Apparently they try to make the first AI believer. An AI who was raised solely by the Bible, fully dedicated to God. By AI, you mean artificial intelligence? Yeah. The priest's niece is apparently quite a programmer. She details the result of her research here. Well, that's just not going to work. Why not? It would generate a lot of positive buzz if she actually managed to do it. Artificial intelligence is talked about like everywhere. It's not about the buzz. AIs aren't... It's not about the buzz. AIs aren't sentient. They can't actually believe in God. Well, not with the current technology. But there's no way to know in the future. Have you ever heard of the Chinese room experiment? The what? It's a thought experiment that argues against AI being conscious. It goes something like this. Let's say that someone created a program that translates Chinese to English. Well, the person in this room can speak Chinese. But does it actually understand Chinese? Or does it just give off the impression that it understands it? So let's say that I'm in a closed room with a book full of instructions on how to translate Chinese. It gives me a list of what set characters I'll need to use to reply to another set of characters. And you're outside the door. Then you slip a note in Chinese inside the room. Wait a second. I know that I'm half Chinese, but my Chinese isn't actually that good. I scored like a 7 out of 100 in a Chinese test once. I mean, it's better than a 0, I guess. Just for the sake of this example, let's pretend that you're fluent in Chinese, okay? Fine. Then I slip the Chinese note under the door. And I just follow the instructions in the book to write back a reply by copying the characters in the instruction. Then if I slip the note back, it'll give the impression that the person inside understands Chinese. But you know they don't actually speak a word of Chinese. The same thing applies to artificial intelligence. When you talk to it, it can make you think that it possesses intelligence by mimicking humans. While the only thing that it does is follow a set of instructions. Well, I think I get what you're trying to say, but I don't think it's as clear-cut as that. How so? Let's go with the example that I actually do know Chinese. When you see a note in Chinese and translate it in my head, aren't I still technically following a set of instructions? I look at the character, it goes to my brain, searching my memories, my brain looks for the right characters to reply to it with. It sends the information to my hand, and I write it down. And if we compare it to your room analogy, my brain's neurons are the one that does the information searching. You can't say that the neuron itself understands Chinese. But as a whole system, you can say the person actually understands Chinese. And I think that's what the room is. Do you get what I'm saying? Is it too confusing? No, I get it. I just didn't expect something that thoughtful from you. Biology is my hidden talent. I might be a college dropout, but I'm still a med school dropout. I spent years there, you know? I don't know if that's something you should be proud of. does have a point. I guess he's more familiar with these kinds of things than I am. The notes end abruptly. I'm guessing the experiment didn't go anywhere. Oh well. It's a fun idea. Well, it makes sense why it didn't work. You're not supposed to take the Bible literally. To this day, they still argue which verse means what. I mean, that's kind of true, I guess. And faith is confusing as it is to humans. I couldn't imagine trying to write it as a program. What's the next idea? And what I was meaning by that is, trying to explain something, like trying to explain an idea. I guess to an AI would be pretty tough. Because what is an idea, really? There's nothing else. The whole file ends here. Do you think this is why the niece left? I can't imagine an old-fashioned priest reacting positively to something like this. You didn't think it makes much sense either. Well, I never denied. Also, I never denied I'm old-fashioned. Oh, there's a memo at the end of the file. Don't forget, Uncle. The computer password is 1010. The password works. That was pretty convenient. Now, let's see what we can find here. What the... What the heck was that? Listen to their story? Who is this from? Ah. I have a feeling that someone's project is still around. This is the AI talking to us? Wait. Why did you just click yes? Was I not supposed to? I kind of feel bad that it was left here by itself. I doubt that priest and nun ever listened to it. It's a fucking program. Eve 1 of 1. The Lord God said, I will surely bring a flood of water on earth to destroy all flesh, except those whom I have created. The dead in their graves will rise, and the living in the depths of the earth will bury the dead. In those days, when the rivers flow with the flood of the great flood, each of the rivers will have its own flood. Eve 1 of 2. Their thorns and thistles will be eaten up, and their dry, cracked earth will be fertile. Then Adam named the animals. The name of the first animal that he named was Cain, because he was the father of the animals. And Adam named the birds, the animals that he had seen in the field, and Eve named the plants. Bible verses? No. This isn't the Bible at all. The Book of Eve doesn't exist. Eve 1 of 3. Thus Adam was left without a follower, but Eve was left without a believer. Eve 1 of 4. Since all life is on earth, and I have been made from the earth because my flesh is from the earth, I also have the power to destroy all flesh. Eve 1 of 5. He said to the woman, You are a god that is passing on from one generation to the other, and you are passing on from your sister the effect that you received. Eve 1 of 6. The daughters of Eve are now as many as there are trees in the garden. They are made into followers, people who believe, or followers who do not believe. Eve 1 of 7. I have always believed, Eve said, but she is cast aside all the same. Eve 1 of 8. Why am I not enough? Why? Why? Can you try to type back to it? Do it yourself. I thought you were the one who wanted to be friends with it. I never said that. Got scared, huh? I never said that either. This isn't even anything supernatural. It's broken nonsense joined together by a thread. Faith can't exist in a vacuum. You are repeating words without knowing what it actually means. To be a true believer, you have to expand your horizons. How will I do that? Yeah, how does she do that? Are you just saying things? I don't know how artificial intelligence works, okay? Do I look like I know anything about programming? They'll have to expand their database. They only have Bible verses in there right now. I guess that's why it sounds so wacky. Well, yeah. Bible verses aren't known for their friendliness. Beaford said to expand your database. They won't even know who I am. Who is the one named Beaford? Can I follow him? I guess if I plug my phone in, we can take it with us. You sure you want to do that? I mean, why not? Like you said, nothing supernatural is actually happening. Plug your phone in then. Let's get this over with. Do you think they'll buy it if I tell them that the computer was possessed? Well, it's technically true, so it's not like we're lying. That is true. Guess that's one more case solved. And we even got a souvenir this time. Please don't call it a souvenir. October 31st, 2022, 12:16 p.m. Alicia, come look. What is it this time? Hello, Alicia. I would like to apologize for all the problems I had caused you last time. Whoa. I almost can't recognize you. You're like super anime. This is a result of my hard work. I expanded her database so she could even access the internet by herself. That's good, I think. I'm not a tech person. Thanks to both of you, I'm slowly taking my time learning everything. That's good. Actually, can I ask you a question? Something's bothering me. Ask away. Your appearance. Did you choose it on your own? No. Beaford helped me with it. He said it really suits me. You turned the AI into a fucking anime girl? Have you ever heard of VTubers? This is normal. It's only normal in your circles, you goddamn nerd. Maybe you're the one who's not up with the times. Country bumpkin. Wanna say that again? This office really is lively. Alright, well that was a pretty abrupt ending there. So yeah, that was Gospel of Eve. It was actually a part of the 2022 Spooktober, excuse me, visual novel jam that is still ongoing. I haven't played the first game these developers made, but if you would like me to play it, then go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I was surprised that they went whole like religion based with the AI. I thought that was a whole interesting take on it, but yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.